So, soccer. Soccer is a lot of things. For starters, it's football. It's my escape. It's my spouse, even. But most importantly, it's a way to connect people through a common love of the game. Now, I've had the pleasure of being married to soccer for virtually my entire life. Like any relationships, we've had our fair share of ups and downs. You know, I've often reminisced over the euphoric times that my significant other has made me feel like I'm on top of the world. Conversely, the amount of times I've cried over soccer exceed the number of fingers on my hands. So, to put it bluntly, there is no such thing as a perfect marriage. Competitive soccer at the highest level is, in all honesty, really draining. In an American culture that demands excessive curricular and extracurricular activities, it becomes really hard to enjoy the sport that, I fell in love with as a boy. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate too. Yeah, I mean, sure, soccer's taught me diligence, responsibility, teamwork, the basics. But when you play as a chore, with other pressures looming over your head, it really makes you forget what made you want to play in the first place. And that's fun. There's just something about that goal scoring feeling, whether you're doing it yourself or, you're watching it on TV, that makes you want to play. And, it's moments like the one I'm about to show you that really get you going.
Knockout takes, Almunia saves, knockout follows in, Almunia saves again! Absolutely astonishing. Now here come Watford. Forestieri. Here's Hogg! Deeney! Do not scratch your eyes!
Oh my, goosebumps. Eventually, I finally played in my last club game. And what I thought was going to be a very bittersweet goodbye ended up feeling more like a burden was lifted off my shoulders. And I felt like, with these chains finally unshackled, finally off me, I felt like I was free. And, for the first time in a long time, I felt like I actually had time to do things that weren't soccer, which wouldn't have been the case, years ago. Before I knew it, though, I actually started to miss my lover. Soccer, that is. So, lucky for me, I actually got an opportunity to play again. And that was when my friend Steven, he asked me to join his Chinese church soccer league's team. And gladly, I took him up on this offer and decided to join this team. My entire life, I depended on communication between my teammates and coaches in practice and in games. But something was different when I showed up to this first game with my friend Steven. And it came to me as a shock. It was the fact that when I came, I realized quickly that I was the only person that spoke English, aside from my friend Steven. But yet, despite this language barrier, these people were super quick to accept me, to welcome me. They made a genuine attempt to connect with me, whether that was, through high fives, massive grins. I felt like, these actions spoke louder than their words ever could. And despite having lost the game that I played with, playing alongside these people brought me some of the most enjoyment that I've had in a long time. Now, as I've mentioned, soccer has taught me many things. That I'm vulnerable, that I have to be patient, I have to be responsible. But I think that the most important lesson that my love has taught me is that despite these cultural and language differences, soccer has this ability to bring communities together. And it does it by connecting people with a sport that brings them joy. Truly, soccer is a beautiful game. And I don't think I would be the person I am without it.